So today I'm going to be talking to you about our new oil resistant adhesive. It is the latest addition to the Eyelash Excellence shop, and it's a product that I've been trialling, or had been trialling, for about 8 months before we brought it to the shop, so that I can ensure that it was of the best quality, because if you know me by now, hopefully you know that I only sell quality products. So I want to talk you through this adhesive because we have had a lot of questions on it. I did try my very best to cover as much information as I could on the website, although it does find out that a lot of people don't actually read the website. So I thought if I do a little video on it, it can be a little bit easier for me to talk you through what this product actually is and how to go about using it. Now, first of all, what I do want to say is this is not going to be a replacement adhesive for your regular one. This is going to be an adhesive that is only suitable and should really only be used on clients that suffer with retention due to excess oils in the skin. So please don't buy this and think that you're going to be able to replace your quick curing, volume, non-wicking, thin viscosity adhesive, because you're not going to. This is an oil resistant adhesive. As such, it is much thicker in viscosity, therefore it is not always suitable for volume. I have been able to work with it for volume, but to be honest, it's more of a classic lash adhesive due to it being much thicker. And let me dispense a blob of it so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now, this is still a cyanoacrylate based adhesive, so you're going to have to give it a really good shake beforehand, which I've done, and I do recommend that you dispense it onto tape. So this is 2 layers of tape here. I like tape because it holds the adhesive in a ball. Give it a little squeeze because it is thicker, so you're going to need to squeeze it to come out. And as you can see, don't think it's off. When it's thicker, don't suddenly think, oh, my glue is off. It's not. This is a thick adhesive, guys. It has to be to resist the oils in that client that's going to break down that adhesive. Now, the key to this is to go in and out really slowly. So in and out like so. You are always going to grab yourself a little bead with this adhesive. If you try and go in and out of it normally, like a normal adhesive, you can actually see we have got ourselves a blob here. So we're going to do that again. We're going to go in and come out. Can you see how you're always going to grab yourself a blob of adhesive with this because it is thicker? If you go in and come out really slowly, can you see my ball or my bead is much smaller? Whereas if you come out really quickly, you're going to grab that. So if you do, go back in and draw out really slowly to get the right amount of adhesive for your client. Now, the reason why we don't recommend this for volume is because you are always going to get that little bead like so, as you can see by even going in and out slowly. And it is a slower curing adhesive because it's a much thicker one. So as you can see, if I try and place it down and hold for 6 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and slowly release, it will actually want to close. Now, if you do want to use it for volume, you're best off to try and get yourself an accelerator, and that will help. We don't actually sell one anymore. This one was discontinued by our manufacturer, so we couldn't source it anymore, and currently we cannot find one that we can pass through the EU regulations here. So we're a little bit stuck for accelerators, but I have played with this one and it does work. Or the other option is, if you do want to do volume, is to use it with pre-made volume fans. So if you do have clients that are super oily, then pre-made fans can be good for them. I was never much of a fan of pre-mades when they first came out. I do think they have a place in the industry. You can use this adhesive with pre-mades, and also the great thing is on oily clients whose fans like to close because their oils, pre-mades stay open much better. So I've been having amazing success with pre-mades on really oily clients and using this adhesive, and it is great that we now have these products available to us to be able to assist clients like that who suffer with retention or closed fans. So like I said, we're not recommending that you use this for volume, but have a play with it because you may be able to. If you do want to use it for volume, you're going to have to increase your temperature and humidity to cure up the speed time of the adhesive. The same as we do with any adhesive that we use, the higher the temp, the higher the humidity that you work with it, the faster it will cure. Now this adhesive will work within a range of temperatures and humidities. So I tested this successfully at 19 to 27 degrees, which is 66 to 80 Fahrenheit, and also at a humidity range of 30 to 70%, and it was still working within both. Obviously, the higher the level you work with that, the quicker it will cure. If you work with it at very low levels, the slower it will cure. So please find the range to suit you. So you're going to have to experiment with it. So this is why we're given a cure time of 1 to 4 seconds, because if your humidity and temp is super high, you can speed it up, and if it's lower, you will slow it down. So it's giving you a big range there. Like I said, the key is to grab a minimal amount. You have to come out of that adhesive really, really slowly. And with any thicker viscosity adhesive like this one, you will always get that little bead. So when you're working with those slow curing sensitive adhesives, you get that little bead. Guys, unfortunately, it's one of those things that you're going to get when working with this type of adhesive that has to be thicker to resist those oils. Please still refresh your blob of adhesive every 15 to 20 minutes. It's still a cyanoacrylate based adhesive. As such, you have to keep it fresh. Any exposure to moisture in the air will start it to cure. So don't think that you can work with this for an hour, 5 hours. No, it's cyanoacrylate based still. So it will start curing and it will start being ineffective. So make sure that you're replacing that. When you place onto the natural lash, we recommend that you either place directly like so, or you can do a little shimmy up and down. I find that this shimmy, which is making contact with the lash, not losing contact, and then rubbing up and down, is really, really good because it disperses the adhesive. It does help with the cure a little bit, and then you can release it and you get a nice bond. So when you have a thicker adhesive or you have more of it, you really, really, really do need to do that shimmy to disperse it. And you can see here that I'm having to really, really hold that lash to stop it flopping. Okay, I'm not controlling temperature and humidity at the moment. It's a little bit cold in this room. Also, I'm working off a practice lash, so it's basically PBT onto PBT, so it is going to slide. On a real lash, it will actually grab quicker than this, but please do make sure that you control your levels, as you will find, like I've said, that the lashes will flop a little bit to the side. It's like working with a sensitive adhesive, but it is great for those clients that are oily. I just want to reiterate again that this adhesive is not suitable for every client. It is not a replacement for your normal adhesive. This is your backup, your thing that you use on those clients that do suffer with retention. So if you like using your quick curing ones, don't just think that you can buy this and it's going to be the replacement, guys. It's not going to be. Stick with your normal ones on your normal clients. Okay, this is our old packaging. This is one of my old ones and we're just going over to the new packaging. But if you've got those exceptional clients that cannot get retention, this is going to be the one for you on that. It's like if you're intolerant to bread, you buy the gluten-free one. If you're not intolerant to bread, you buy the normal one and you keep eating that, because normally the gluten-free ones are not quite as nice or taste as nice as the normal ones, but they're a great substitute for you if you are intolerant to bread. Also bear in mind that because this is a thicker adhesive and it takes slower to cure, as you can see here, it is also going to mean that your application is going to be a little bit slower on your clients. So you're just going to have to factor that in when you are working with clients. And also remember that this is still cyanoacrylate based, okay? Guys, there are not any good cyanoacrylate free adhesives out there at the moment. If there was, then we'd all be using them, so don't always be fooled into what some people are saying. Cyanoacrylate is the thing that makes the glue sticky. Without it, it's not sticky. So please don't buy this and start thinking you can use it on clients that are intolerant to cyanoacrylate, because they're still going to react. Shelf life, once you've opened it, is 5 to 7 weeks. Again, it's a cyanoacrylate based adhesive, so it's all going to be exactly the same, and store it in exactly the same way. Air container out of direct sunlight. Please, once opened, don't put it back in the fridge. You can store it unopened in the fridge, but make sure you bring it up to room temperature before you open it. Otherwise, what's going to happen is the cold adhesive in the bottle is going to draw in all of that moisture and you're going to make it go off quicker. You can still use this with a normal remover. Our organic clay one is brilliant. Just make sure you saturate the bonds for a little bit longer and able to remove it, because it is super strong, guys. So you're just going to need to saturate longer to be able to remove those lashes. And please get your clients to use a designated lash cleanser. Don't just think that because it's oil resistant they can start using their oily based makeup removers or whatever. Guys, oil will break down any product, and also we have to be able to get this product off the client. So if it was as strong as cement, we would not be able to get it off. So oils will still break down the product. So please still tell your clients to do the same aftercare to give this adhesive the longevity that you can get out of it. Because like I said, if there's just slapping on oils and things like that, it really is going to affect retention. Also, please keep the lashes dry for 24 hours because lash adhesive takes a full 24 hours to cure. Okay, you can still get them wet after 12 hours because most of the polymerization is done within that time, but I'm still recommending 24 hours before your clients get their lashes wet. Guys, I know there are posts and videos on washing the lashes after 5 minutes to remove vapors. I've been in in-depth talk with my UK-based glue manufacturers who are scientists about this, and they were shocked to be hearing this. So it's not something that I'm actually recommending to do. It's not something that I speak publicly about. I've been shot down in flames over my opinions on washing the lashes after 5 minutes. So it's something that I kind of keep a little bit quiet about and only talk about if I'm asked. But I work with my manufacturers closely, and again, they're like, no, get your clients to keep their lashes dry for 24 hours. It gives that adhesive the best chance of curing. So I don't wash the lashes, and I don't suffer with many. Actually, since I've been working with my brand, I don't suffer. I don't think I've had one client that's had a reaction to them. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but guys, these adhesives are such good quality. They're UK based, they're all independently tested. We have such strict regulations here in the UK that we actually cannot sell many of the glues out there that I see on the market because they won't pass our UK regulations. So all have to be made in the UK, meet the highest regulations, and I trust my manufacturers, and I will always go by their advices as to they are the experts about these adhesives that they make, and they know how they work. Another little tip that I have for you guys when you're working with this adhesive on your clients is actually have a backup blob of adhesive. So if I'm working with this oil resistant adhesive, I actually put my next favorite adhesive next to it, because sometimes you get really tricky little lashes in the set, and you may well find that because this adhesive is quite thick, it doesn't attach to it very well, because you do need a thin, quick grabbing. And although this grabs really well, you need a thin, quick grabbing adhesive to assist with those naughty little lashes. So if you find you get a particular section in your set that doesn't want to grab with this, switch over to this one, so you can kind of do like a 60-40 split of adhesive in there, or even less than that. It's just something that I played with and I found worked for me to have that backup adhesive there if I needed it. Now finally, one thing I will say is that this adhesive takes a little bit of getting used to. Guys, I hated this adhesive when I first tested it, and my colleague, she hated it even more than me. But you know what, I persevered with it, and when I did, I got the hang of it. The problem was I was trying to work with it like I was with Rapid, which is now called Ruby, and then getting annoyed when it didn't perform the same. You have to be open to understand that products are different, they work differently, and we have to learn to work with them differently. So when you buy this adhesive and you find that it is very thick, and it is thick, and that's why we've put on the website it's much thicker, and when we get the questions we're like, yep, as stated on the website it's much thicker, you are going to have to work with it completely differently. Guys, it's a completely different product, so please do persevere with it. You might end up hating it, or do you know what, like me, you might end up loving it, because I've got some of those clients that are super oily and it doesn't matter what I use on them, their lashes do not last. And then when I found this and was testing it, I was just amazed at the retention on it. You know, I've got one client, she could hardly go a week, and with this she can come back in 4 weeks. Okay, don't think her set's going to be looking like she's just walked out yesterday, but she's got lashes left, and that's amazing. So you will see a difference in this. So like I said, really, to be honest, it's more suitable for classic lashing because it's so thick you really can't use it for volume lashing. Hopefully one day when they keep making these products, we'll be able to get a super thin viscosity, super fast curing adhesive that is oil resistant, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So if you can, stick to using it with classic lashes. If you do want to use it for volume, just increase your temperature and humidity and see how you get on with it, or use an accelerator with it, or jump over to pre-mades, because like I said, you can use it with pre-mades, and also pre-mades don't close on oily clients. So that's what I've been doing. So it's great to have these products now that assist us with those difficult clients. I hope that's answered your questions, guys. Please go onto the website. We ship it internationally. Our warehouse is located in the UK, but you know what? We've actually shipped things to Australia and Hawaii in 4 days. So we ship out the same day or next day if you're ordering after 1 p.m. And yeah, we ship these all over the world. The feedback on it has been great. Obviously, you are going to have to learn to work with it because it's a different adhesive. But please visit the website. There's a lot more information on it on the website. But I really, really do hope that you enjoy this adhesive and that you can start offering it to those clients that do suffer with retention due to being very, very oily, and that you're going to see their retention on them dramatically improve with the use of this adhesive. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys.